What if I told you that the greatest transformation in your life begins with one fundamental shift in perspective? A shift that aligns you with something far greater than yourself, something eternal and unshakable. The power of trusting God's plan. An attitude of believing in something greater than yourself that surprises you, that celebrates you. When you trust God's plan for your life, you activate a powerful process of transformation that goes beyond your thoughts, your feelings, and even your circumstances. It's not about control, but about surrender. Letting go of the need to figure everything out, and allowing yourself to be guided by a force that is far wiser and more compassionate than anything you could ever imagine. Every challenge you face, every setback you encounter, is an opportunity to realign yourself with a purpose higher than your own. But it requires a conscious decision, a willingness to trust in the unknown, to lean into faith instead of fear, and to be open to a new way of living. This transformation doesn't happen overnight, but with patience, faith, and a committed heart, you will begin to witness profound changes in your life. Trusting God's plan isn't a passive activity. It's an active, dynamic process that calls upon your deepest courage. You may not always understand why things unfold the way they do, but if you embrace this journey, you will witness your life changing in ways you couldn't have predicted. When you let go of the need for certainty and embrace divine timing, you begin to tap into the infinite possibilities that exist beyond the limitations of your mind. This isn't about being complacent or waiting for things to magically fall into place. It's about having faith in a plan that has been set in motion for your greatest good. And as you align yourself with that plan, you will start to see how everything in your life starts to flow with more grace, more ease, and more abundance. So I invite you today to trust in God's plan. Let go of the small, fear-based thoughts that have kept you in doubt and resistance. Step into the vast, boundless potential that exists within you. Your life is not random, and neither are the circumstances you face. When you trust in a divine plan, you will experience transformation that will take you to new heights you've never dreamed of. When we speak about surrendering control, we're touching on a fundamental aspect of spiritual growth. Our lives, particularly in today's fast-pacing world, often revolve around the idea that we need to control every detail, manage every outcome, and predict every future event. This obsession with control can feel comforting in the short term because it gives us the illusion of certainty and security. However, that logic holds a parameter of security and security. But the truth is, trying to control every aspect of our lives can often lead to frustration, stress, and a deep sense of dissatisfaction because we're fighting against the natural flow of life itself. Surrendering control doesn't mean that you stop making decisions or taking action in your life. Instead, it's about releasing the inner tension that arises from trying to micromanage every aspect of your reality. It's the realization that you don't need to have every answer or understand every outcome to move forward. You simply need to trust that there's a higher intelligence guiding you, one that knows more than you can see with your limited human perspective. When you let go of this tight grip on control, something miraculous happens. You allow room for grace, for divine timing, and for the unexpected to unfold in ways that serve you far better than you could ever plan on your own. The universe or God operates in a realm beyond what we can comprehend. And often, the best things come into our lives when we stop trying to force them into existence. Surrendering control is an act of profound faith. It's saying, I trust that whatever is meant for me will come, and whatever I need to learn along the way will be revealed in due time. This surrender doesn't mean you are passive. On the contrary, it's a proactive step toward alignment. When you surrender, you open yourself up to the flow of life, to the subtle guidance that's always present, and you make space for intuition and inspiration to guide you rather than your rigid plans. You may not always understand why things happen the way they do, but when you let go of trying to manipulate every situation, you'll begin to see that life has a way of bringing you exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. All right. Ultimately, surrendering control is an act of trust. Trusting that there is a divine plan and that you are a part of it. It's about recognizing that you don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, because you are supported by a force far greater than yourself. When you trust in this support and let go of the burden of control, you start to experience more peace, more clarity, and more flow in your life. Embracing uncertainty is one of the most transformative shifts you can make in your journey of personal and spiritual growth. As human beings, we naturally seek stability and predictability. We want to know what's coming next, where we're going, and how things will unfold. We plan, we prepare, and we try to build a life that feels safe and secure. But the reality is that life, by its very nature, is unpredictable. It's full of surprises, changes, and twists that we can't always foresee. The more we try to fight against this uncertainty, the more we resist the flow of life, and the more we feel stuck, frustrated, or anxious. Life is not a straight line with a perfectly straight edge. Embracing uncertainty means releasing the need to control the future and instead trusting that life will unfold as it's meant to. It's understanding that uncertainty isn't something to fear, but something to accept and even embrace. In fact, when you begin to lean into uncertainty, you start to realize that it holds within it the potential for incredible growth, discovery, and new opportunities. And living in justice leads to freedom in life and integration with Linux. In our desire for certainty, we often limit ourselves. We become so attached to specific outcomes that we close ourselves off to the endless possibilities that exist beyond what we've planned for. By accepting uncertainty, we open ourselves to the unexpected, the moments, people, and opportunities that we could never have imagined when we were trying to predict every step ahead. These unanticipated experiences are often the ones that shape us the most, teach us the greatest lessons, and lead us to deeper fulfillment. Think about a time in your life when things didn't go according to plan, but in retrospect, you can see how that detour or unexpected change led you to a better path. This is where the magic lies. When you release the need to know everything in advance, you make room for new perspectives, new insights, and new blessings to emerge. What you think you need may not be what's best for you, and often the universe or God presents you with something far greater than your own limited vision could have conceived. Learning to embrace uncertainty also means cultivating faith in the process, even when you don't have all the answers. It's knowing that there's a bigger picture at play, one that you may not yet fully understand, but that is unfolding for your highest good. The more you trust that the universe is guiding you with love and wisdom, the more you can relax into the flow of life, rather than trying to control or predict it. Uncertainty brings freedom. When you stop trying to control every outcome and allow space for the unexpected, you start to experience life in a new way. One that is rich with possibility, creativity, and adventure. You let go of fear and replace it with curiosity, knowing that every unknown step is an opportunity to learn, grow, and evolve. This mindset shift frees you from the burden of needing to have all the answers, and instead allows you to enjoy the journey with all its unpredictability and wonder. This lack of mindset, ultimately, embracing uncertainty is an act of deep faith. It's trusting that even though you don't know how everything will unfold, everything will work out exactly as it's meant to. When you embrace the unknown, you release the grip of fear and open yourself to the beautiful mystery of life. This is where true transformation begins. In the space between where you are now and where the future may take. Having faith in divine timing is one of the most profound acts of trust you can cultivate in your life. In a world where we are conditioned to expect instant results and immediate gratification, it can be incredibly challenging to accept that things may not happen on our timeline. We often find ourselves wanting things to unfold faster, whether it's success, healing, or the manifestation of our desires. But divine timing teaches us that everything happens when the time is right, not when we demand it to. Faith in divine timing means understanding that there is a rhythm and flow to life that we don't always see or understand. The universe, or God, is working in the background, orchestrating events and experiences that align with your highest good, even when it doesn't seem like it. This doesn't mean you should passively wait for life to happen to you. Rather, it means that you trust that your efforts, paired with faith, will eventually bring you to the place you are meant to be, at the time you are meant to be there. End of quote. End of section. The truth is, when things don't unfold according to your plan, it's easy to feel frustrated or disheartened. But when you trust in divine timing, you release the pressure of forcing things to happen. You surrender the belief that you need to control when, how, and where things occur. In doing so, you create space for the universe to align circumstances in your favor, often in ways far beyond your current comprehension. What seems like a delay or setback may be an opportunity for you to learn, grow, or evolve in ways that prepare you for something even greater that is coming. There's also the understanding that timing is not only about waiting for the right external conditions, but also about being in the right internal state. Perhaps you are not yet ready for what you are seeking because there are still things to learn, heal, or release. Divine timing acknowledges that everything you go through, every challenge or difficulty you face, is preparing you for something more, helping you to develop the resilience, wisdom, and capacity to handle the blessings that await you. When you trust in divine timing, you cultivate patience and an inner peace that comes from knowing that everything is unfolding as it should. You begin to see that there's no need to rush because there is no wrong time for your life to unfold. Your journey is unique, and the timing of your breakthroughs, opportunities, and transformations will come at the exact moment they are meant to. What seems like a delay is often God's protection or a chance for you to prepare for the next stage of your life. Moreover, faith in divine timing helps you let go of comparisons to others. In our world of social media and constant visibility into the lives of others, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind, that someone else is moving faster, achieving more, or finding success sooner than you are. But when you trust in divine timing, you stop measuring your progress against others. You realize that your life has its own unique rhythm, and comparing yourself only creates unnecessary anxiety. You understand that just because someone else's dream manifested before yours doesn't mean that yours won't come in its own perfect time. This type of trust allows you to relax into the unfolding of your life with confidence. It encourages you to stop questioning or doubting the process, and instead embrace the unknown with hope, knowing that you are always exactly where you are meant to be. By surrendering to divine timing, you also align yourself with the natural flow of life, recognizing that everything, from your challenges to your successes, serves a purpose in your spiritual and personal evolution. Ultimately, faith in divine timing is about letting go of the illusion of control and trusting that what is meant for you will always find its way to you at the perfect time in the perfect way. It's about knowing that life is not a race but a journey, and every step you take is leading you exactly where you need to be. Shifting from fear to faith is one of the most powerful transitions you can make on your journey toward a deeper connection with God and your true purpose. Fear is often the default emotion that arises when we face uncertainty, challenges, or the unknown. It's a natural survival mechanism that has been built into us, designed to protect us from perceived threats. However, while fear can protect us in certain situations, it also has the power to limit us, to keep us from reaching our highest potential, and to block us from experiencing the fullness of life. When you allow fear to dominate your thoughts and actions, it distorts your perception of reality. Fear often leads to self-doubt, anxiety, and hesitation. It makes you second-guess yourself and believe that you're not capable of handling what life throws your way. Fear feeds on what-if scenarios, creating a narrative of worst-case possibilities that distract you from the truth of your situation. In this space, you become disconnected from your inner strength, from the wisdom that resides within you, and from the divine support that is always present, even in moments of uncertainty. Shifting from fear to faith involves recognizing that fear is not your true self. It's a product of your mind's desire to control and predict outcomes. Faith, on the other hand, is rooted in trust. Trust in God's plan for you, trust in the infinite potential of the universe, and trust that you are never alone, no matter how difficult or confusing life may seem. Faith doesn't mean that fear disappears completely, but rather that you choose to move forward despite the fear. It's about making a conscious decision to focus on the truth, on the knowledge that you are supported, guided, and loved. After this, let's dig in. To make this shift, it helps to recognize that fear often arises from a place of attachment to specific outcomes. We fear losing what we have, failing to achieve what we desire, or facing the unknown because we've tied our sense of safety and identity to specific circumstances. But faith calls for a different perspective. The belief that what is meant for you will come, and what is not meant for you will fall away. It's about trusting that God's plan is far greater than anything you could envision, and that the challenges you face are part of a greater story that will ultimately lead you to a place of growth, wisdom, and fulfillment. When you choose faith over fear, you begin to see life differently. Instead of approaching each situation with worry and doubt, you approach it with a sense of curiosity, openness, and confidence. You become more willing to take risks, to step out of your comfort zone, and to trust that no matter what happens, you are always learning, growing, and evolving. Fear may still show up from time to time, but it no longer controls you. Faith becomes your guiding force, and you move through life with a deep sense of peace and assurance, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. One of the most profound ways to cultivate faith is through prayer, meditation, and reflection. These practices help you to reconnect with your higher self and with God, reminding you of your true nature and the infinite support available to you. In these moments of stillness, you can release your fears and invite faith into your heart. It's in these quiet moments that you often receive the most clarity, direction, and insight. As you deepen your relationship with God and strengthen your faith, you begin to see how fear loses its grip on you, and how trust in God's plan becomes your natural response. Wow. Shifting from fear to faith is not an overnight process. It's a journey. It takes time, practice, and commitment. But as you make this shift, you'll begin to notice how your life begins to flow more effortlessly. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach become accessible, relationships deepen, and you start to live in alignment with your true purpose. Faith becomes your foundation, and fear becomes just a passing emotion that no longer has the power to stop you from stepping into the life you are meant to live. When you trust in God's plan for your life, you begin to align with a higher purpose that transcends personal desires and ambitions. It's easy to become fixated on your goals, your dreams, and the ways in which you believe your life should unfold. However, there is a deeper level of alignment that occurs when you open your heart to a greater purpose, one that is not limited to your own individual vision, but is connected to the greater good of all. Aligning with a higher purpose requires you to step outside the confines of your ego and move into a space of selflessness, where your actions are guided by something much greater than your personal desires. It's about understanding that you are part of a larger divine plan, and that your life, with all its twists, turns, challenges, and blessings, is designed to fulfill that purpose. This doesn't mean that you stop pursuing your passions or goals, but rather that you see those desires as part of the greater tapestry of life. Each action you take, contributing to a larger story that you may not always fully understand. Living in alignment with a higher purpose brings clarity, peace, and direction. When you are guided by something greater than yourself, you are no longer as distracted or influenced by fleeting external circumstances or opinions. You start to make decisions that are in harmony with your deepest values, and you trust that those decisions will lead you to where you are meant to be. This alignment helps you stay grounded and focused even in the face of challenges, because you understand that every experience, whether positive or negative, has a role in shaping your journey and helping you fulfill your divine purpose. It's important to recognize that living in alignment with your higher purpose is not always easy. It requires sacrifice, letting go of attachments, and sometimes surrendering what you thought you wanted in favor of something greater. Men and women have to decide which direction they want to go, but they also have to decide which direction is going to lead their way. We are here for all of you. The world often encourages us to follow a prescribed path, chasing success, fame, or material gain. But when you align yourself with God's plan, you may find that the pursuit of external validation or material wealth becomes secondary to the pursuit of inner fulfillment and spiritual growth. This doesn't mean that financial success or achievements are unimportant, but that they should not be the driving force behind your decisions. Your true fulfillment comes from living in alignment with your highest self, doing what brings you peace, purpose, and joy. When you align with your higher purpose, you also begin to attract the right people, opportunities, and experiences into your life. There is a natural magnetism that happens when you are in sync with your purpose. And doors begin to open that you never could have anticipated. Relationships deepen and the right people cross your path at just the right time. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach become accessible, and the challenges you face become stepping stones that propel you forward. Nobody cares how you got from A to Z at one step at a time. This alignment acts as a kind of cosmic guidance system, helping you navigate life with more ease, trust, and confidence. Moreover, aligning with a higher purpose shifts your perspective on challenges. Life's obstacles are no longer seen as punishments or random events, but as lessons and opportunities for growth. When you trust that these challenges are part of a larger divine plan, you are able to face them with greater resilience and grace. You begin to see every experience as contributing to your evolution, helping you become more aligned with your true self. Instead of resisting difficulties, you embrace them as stepping stones on your journey toward fulfillment. In essence, aligning with your higher purpose is about living with intention and awareness. It's about recognizing that your life is not just a random series of events, but a sacred journey that has meaning and significance. When you trust in God's plan and allow yourself to be guided by a higher purpose, your life takes on a deeper sense of meaning and fulfillment. You become more connected to your true essence, to those around you, and to the divine flow of life, creating a sense of peace and alignment that carries you through even the most challenging times. As you start living your truth and being in alignment with who you truly are, this sense of